They found her body in a cheap hotel room in Yaba. She was 21 years old. The police report said drug overdose, but everyone who knew her story understood it was more complicated than that. This is what really happened. There was a woman in the village named Mama Adanna. She had only one daughter, Adanna, and she loved her more than life itself. But her love was the type that suffocates. From the time Adanna could walk, her mother never let her out of sight. While other children played in the streets, Adanna sat inside the compound watching through the window. While other girls went to the market with friends, Adanna went only with her mother. While other teenagers whispered secrets and passed notes in school, Adanna came straight home every day. The world is full of evil, Mama Adanna would tell anyone who asked. I'm protecting my daughter. I won't let her become like these other girls with no home training. Adanna never complained. She was the perfect obedient daughter. She said yes, Mama, to everything. She never asked to go anywhere. She never asked for anything. By the time she was 16, she had learned not to want. The neighbors whispered among themselves. Some said Mama Adanna was doing the right thing. Others said she was going too far. But nobody could argue with the results. Adanna was respectful, neat, always studying, always home. She scored the highest marks in her secondary school. She got admission to study pharmacy at the University of Lagos with a score of 289 in JAM. This is where things started to fall apart. Mama Adanna decided she would move to Lagos with her daughter. She couldn't let Adanna go to university alone. The city was full of dangers. Boys who would want to spoil her. Girls who would teach her bad behavior. Cultists who would recruit her. No, she had to be there to watch over her treasure. She rented a single room in Yaba, not far from the campus. The room was small, just enough for 2 people to sleep and cook. The plan was clear. Adanna would go to lectures and come straight home. No socializing. No distractions. Just education and then home. For the first year, everything seemed fine. Adanna attended her classes, came home, studied, slept. She never went to departmental parties. Never joined any student organization. Never made friends. Other students tried to talk to her, but she always rushed away, afraid her mother was waiting. Mama Adanna would stand by the gate every day, waiting for Adanna to finish lectures. She would call her daughter's phone every hour if she was late. She checked her daughter's clothes for strange smells. She went through her bag looking for evidence of bad behavior. She found nothing because there was nothing to find. But something was changing in Adanna. She started losing weight. Her eyes looked tired all the time. She stopped talking at home, would just nod yes or no. When her mother asked what was wrong, she said, "Nothing, Mama. Just school stress." The breaking point came at the end of second year. Adanna had a group project. She had to work with 3 other students on a presentation. One of them was a boy named Chitty. He was helpful, always explaining the difficult concepts, always making sure everyone understood their part. For the first time in her life, Adanna felt seen by someone who wasn't her mother. Chitty treated her like a normal person. He made jokes. He asked her opinion. He didn't know about her background, didn't know about the prison her life had been. They had to meet several times for the project. Adanna lied to her mother, said the lecturer was keeping them late. Mama Adanna was suspicious, but allowed it because it was for school. During one of these meetings, Chitty asked Adanna if she wanted to grab food after. Just pure water and buns from the canteen. Something simple. Adanna said yes. It was the first time she had ever made a decision without her mother's permission. They sat in the canteen for 1 hour. Chitty talked about his life, his family, his dreams. Adanna mostly listened, but it felt good. She felt normal. She felt free. When she got home that night, Mama Adanna knew something was different. A mother always knows. Where were you? She demanded. Project meeting, Mama. Don't lie to me. I called your lecturer. He said you finished at 4 p.m. It's now 7 p.m. Where were you? Adanna couldn't answer. The words stuck in her throat. She had never lied to her mother before. She had never disobeyed before. Mama Adanna searched her bag, found nothing. Checked her phone, saw messages from the project group. Then she made a decision. She went to the school the next day and demanded to speak to the HOD. She wanted her daughter moved to a different project group, away from those boys who were trying to distract her. The HOD refused. The projects were already assigned. Moving students around now would be unfair. So Mama Adanna did something else. She started following Adanna to campus, not just dropping her off. She would sit in the hallway outside the lecture rooms. She would wait outside the library. She would be there everywhere Adanna went. The other students noticed. They started whispering, pointing, laughing. Some of them took videos and posted on the department WhatsApp group. See this babe? Her mama day follow em to school like nursery school Pekin. Adanna wanted to die from shame. Chitty tried to talk to her once. Asked if she was okay. But Adanna couldn't even look at him. She ran away before her mother saw them talking. The project was completed. They got an A. But Adanna stopped going to departmental events completely. She stopped responding to messages from classmates. She became a ghost. Then something in her broke. It happened slowly, then all at once. One day in third year, a girl named Blessing approached Adanna outside the lecture hall. Blessing was known around campus. She was always dressed nice, always had money, always had the latest phones. Everyone knew what she did, but nobody said it out loud. You're Adanna, right? Blessing asked. The one with the mama that follows her everywhere. Adanna nodded, embarrassed. I was like you before, Blessing said. My parents were very strict, very religious. But I found freedom. You can too. She gave Adanna a phone number written on paper. Call me when you're ready to live your own life. Adanna kept that paper for 3 weeks. Every night she would look at it, then hide it again. She was curious. For the first time in her life, she wanted something. Not something her mother wanted for her. Something she wanted. She called the number one night when her mother was asleep. Blessing answered. I knew you would call, she said. Listen, I have friends. Rich men who like to help students. They pay for nice things, take you to nice places. All you have to do is be friendly. That's all. I can't, Adanna whispered. My mother. Your mother doesn't have to know. Come meet us just once. See if you like it. If you don't, you can leave. No pressure. The next week, Adanna told her mother she had to stay late for a practical. Instead, she met Blessing at a hotel in Victoria Island. There were 3 other girls there, and 2 men. Older men, maybe 45 or 50. They were nice at first. They bought food, drinks, talked about business and travel. Then they offered Adanna money, 50,000 naira, just to sit and talk. She had never seen that much money in her life. One of the men, Uncle Emeka, said he wanted to be her friend. He would give her money every month, buy her things. All she had to do was visit him sometimes. Adanna knew what it meant. She wasn't stupid, but something in her mind had switched off. She thought about her mother's watching eyes, her mother's constant questions, her mother's suffocating love. And she thought, this is mine. This is the one thing she can't control. She said yes. For 6 months, Adanna lived 2 lives. During the day, she was the obedient daughter. Attended lectures, came straight home, studied quietly. But twice a week she told lies. Said she had group work. Said she had extra practical. Said the department was having meetings. And she would go to Uncle Emeka's hotel. He gave her money. Lots of it. She hid it in a bank account her mother didn't know about. She bought new clothes and kept them at Blessing's place. She tasted freedom for the first time, but it was poison freedom. Uncle Emeka introduced her to other men. The money increased. 100,000 naira per visit. Sometimes 200,000. Adanna started drinking to make it easier. Started smoking. Then Uncle Emeka offered her something stronger. It will help you relax, he said, showing her the small plastic bag with white powder. All the big girls do it. It's nothing serious. She tried it once. Then twice. Then she couldn't stop. By final year, Adanna was addicted to cocaine. She was still going to lectures, still passing exams, but she was falling apart inside. She had lost more weight. Her eyes were always red. Her hands shook sometimes. Mama Adanna noticed the changes, but couldn't understand them. Her daughter was still home every night, still obedient, still studying. How could anything be wrong? She never thought to check for the signs she couldn't see. The needle marks hidden under long sleeves. The constant sniffing blamed on allergies. The weight loss blamed on school stress. One day, Uncle Emeka gave Adanna a bag of drugs that was stronger than usual. He didn't tell her. Maybe he didn't know himself. Maybe a supplier mixed something wrong. That night, Adanna told her mother she was going to study with classmates. Mama Adanna almost said no, but Adanna looked terrible. Maybe fresh air would help. Adanna went to a cheap hotel room Blessing had given her the key to. She took the drugs. Her heart couldn't handle it. The hotel staff found her the next morning. They called the police. The police called the number saved as Mama on her phone. Mama Adanna arrived at the hotel and couldn't believe what she saw. Her perfect daughter, lying on a dirty hotel bed. Needle marks on her arms. White powder on the table. Used condoms in the trash. She screamed until her voice broke. At the funeral, Mama Adanna sat like stone. People came to greet her, to comfort her, but she didn't respond. She kept saying the same thing over and over. I protected her. I watched over her. I did everything right. How did this happen? An old woman from the village, Mama Chitty, sat beside her. She was quiet for a long time. Then she said, "You protected her from the world, but you forgot to teach her how to live in it. You held the rope so tight that when she finally got free, she didn't know how to stand." Mama Adanna looked at her with empty eyes. What do you mean? A bird that has never flown will crash when it's finally released. A child who has never made choices will make terrible ones when she finally can. You gave her rules, but not wisdom. You gave her fear, but not strength. You gave her obedience, but not judgment. I was protecting her from evil. No, the old woman said. You were protecting yourself from fear. And your daughter paid the price. Mama Adanna stood up and walked away. She never accepted those words. Even now, she tells everyone that evil people corrupted her innocent daughter. She blames the university. She blames Lagos. She blames the friends Adanna made. She blames everyone except herself. But those of us who knew the story understood the truth. Adanna didn't die from drugs. She died from never learning who she was. She died from never making small mistakes that teach you wisdom. She died from being so controlled that the first taste of freedom poisoned her. The saddest part is this. Mama Adanna now tells young mothers in the village to watch their daughters carefully. Don't let them become wayward like my Adanna, she says. Monitor them. Protect them. The world is evil. And the cycle continues. Real talk. Do you blame the mother, the daughter, or the society that created this situation? Comment your honest opinion. No judgment here.